basically structure this however you want. How's the Ana been?
Uh, Anna in season 9 is a bit of a struggle with flankers everywhere, but
Yeah, yeah.
I managed. I can definitely feel the increased HP, not being able to three-tap things anymore.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Definitely tweaked some breakpoints. I think the crucial thing to note for me as I was thinking about this is that the breakpoints with Ana are different as they are with most people with body shots. But the difference is that it's also easier to hit headshots now. And that's not something that Ana benefited from at all.
No, it's Anna kind of got a free pass to not headshot things for a
Yeah,
while,
yeah.
and now she doesn't have that, while everyone else just
Right,
like
right,
headshot
right.
everywhere.
With great power comes great responsibility, and with not so great power comes with a lack of power at all.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Plus
so it's
her
rough.
anti-nade is basically kind of just DPS passive plus.
Yeah, 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 yeah. That's true. That's true. That's true. Okay, well. How's practice been? So, like, I guess meta maybe not been super friendly. Obviously, rank reset just chunked everybody down a big rank as well. But it's been about 2 months of practice. We talked about cover usage. I'm looking through our notes here. Basically, using those anti-nades faster when you have opportunities, keeping an eye on unnecessary healing on full HP targets, and then slowing down your sleep dart just a tad to be able to hit them a little bit more. How has that been?
Uh, Fine. I still think unlearning is probably the hardest form of learning.
Yes, yes, of course.
Uh, I still probably heal unnecessarily a lot. To be
Okay, of
honest, the first
course.
time through, I'm not sure why. I guess why I gave you Ana gameplay. Probably just because I wanted to see where it was at.
Sure.
But I'm mostly more interested in learning Kiriko at the moment, and
Ah,
back
okay.
then too. The
Okay.
problem with Kiriko right now I'm having is, again, the increased HP, where I would two-tap someone before, I
Yep.
don't, and then I die.
Yep. 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 Makes sense. Makes sense. Okay. Okay. Sounds
And
good.
I've
Sounds
been
good.
trying to, like, ignore my team more, but then I feel bad because I'm not healing them, or I'm on an off angle, and then they fall over anyways, but then if I heal bot them, then they fall over anyways, you know?
Yeah. 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 I see what you're saying. Okay. Okay. Well, we'll take a look here. So obviously new and refreshed form. So we'll take a look here. You want to learn how to play season 9 as a support. Felt a little bit better on tank and DPS. Feel a little hopeless. Feeding on an off angle. Heal botting. Obviously, like the big challenge with heal botting now, as I'm sure you're aware, as you were saying earlier with the anti-nade, is you get punished for it. Like it's not just it's not optimal. You get punished for it. Where you're
Yeah.
dealing with the DPS passive, it's just a straight nerf to healing. Um, it's just a straight nerf to healing. So you're gonna have to find a way to continue to provide value apart from that. Um,
And that's the thing. I'm having problems finding value in that way, because whereas before I could, just like dumpster DPS coming at me,
uh huh.
just because supports just have all of they were used to be 1v1 gods, and now it's kind of
Mm-hmm.
even, I guess.
Yep.
But also I feel like it's a little harder for support
Sure.
than the
Yeah.
DPS now.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I mean, losing the two tap, like, let's not lie, like that is a big nerf. But remember as well that what was the initial value in the first place, with or without the kill? When you're on a flank and you're shooting at people, what do they do?
It's that they're looking at me, and I think that's part of the problem is I stay too long, or I'm not really used to Suzu. I'm trying to use Suzu like it's on a nade, where it has the faster
Mm,
travel time. So whenever I throw it at like my feet, it goes off, but I die anyways, and then I'm mad.
So basically keeping an eye on like when the stuff is going off and like the timing of that. Okay.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
I think right now Suzu is really a struggle for me in terms of just the weird travel time that it has.
Okay. Makes sense. Makes sense. Any questions about playtime, mentality, or anything else since our last session?
No, not really.
Okay,
I
sounds like your ranked
did,
anxiety has been doing better.
yeah. I did really well on tank and DPS, but
Nice.
I think mentality is still an issue on support, because it's
Okay.
like that's my role, whereas the other roles I really couldn't care about, and that's probably why my rank is higher on those.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. I'm seeing here as well. It's like for you, it feels like some of your frustration is more along the lines of like, I don't really know what I need to be doing, and that's frustrating.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I said, I feel like I can like spam a choke or an off angle or something, but it just doesn't feel like I'm doing anything.
Right.
Maybe I'm
Right.
doing more than I actually feel like I'm doing, but right now, I don't know. Maybe after this, if it still feels the same, maybe I just don't want to play sport anymore. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Sure. Sure. Well, let's answer that question then today. We'll give you what the objective truth is. See how you react to it, and then if nothing else, that helps to make your decision making a little bit more fluid, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Okay. Well, we'll take a look here. Any other questions or anything else you want to go over before we jump in?
Not to the coaching. I just wanted to ask if you were still working on that love letter to Overwatch video.
Yes, actually, it's going to be live. I think this week.
Awesome.
Yep, it's going to be live this week. Is the plan? We have the thumbnail. We got it edited. It's been delayed because the initial editor I sent to ended up having a lot of IRL stuff come up, and it was, I'm not even joking, 7 weeks delayed. And so then we ended up having to just pull the plug, and I went in a different
Gotcha.
direction. So yeah, that is going to be live this week. Let's see here. Oh, one other thing here on your form here is I was talking about what it takes to be an Overwatch coach.
Mm-hmm.
Was thinking about something I would like to do, find this whole thing to be fun. Okay, so I guess, did you have any questions about that? Did you want to like chat over that or?
Yeah, so I know a lot of the times it's kind of memed on, the coach is always a lower rank than the actual players.
Yes.
Uh, I don't know. I just think I'm starting to reach that point. Like, I want to do more with the game,
Yeah.
but I just don't think I can mechanically get to where I want to be. But I still want to like contribute in some way, if that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah. No, it does. It does. Yeah. If that's something that you enjoy doing or you want to see if you enjoy doing by actually trying it, I highly recommend just doing free reviews on Overwatch University, the subreddit. There's always people asking for like help or advice. You could try your hand at that. And then even in my Discord, under the Overwatch category, there's a VOD review submissions. And just now, there's Gold 1 Soldier, Plat 5 Soldier, Gold Genji, Plat 3 Brig, Diamond Tracer, Plat Genji, Gold Life Weaver, Zarya, Masters Moira. There's probably a lot there. There's a Plat Kiriko as well, Plat Brig. There's Bronze, Silver, Gold, all different characters. You could snoop around through there and see if there's anything that's like interesting and stands out to you. Give it a shot.
Uh, yeah. Would you say that not say, but I guess what I'm trying to say is
Sure.
how would you go about like analyzing gameplay and make sure that you're actually giving the right advice? Or is it just
Mm.
kind of like this is what I think needs to be done, this is the thing that makes the most sense?
The most
Cuz it
effective coaches are just good at asking questions,
okay.
right? Along with a good foundation of understanding the game. But I'm going to make you feel better about yourself. I encourage you to start doing it, even if you're not fully confident in your ability to coach.
Okay.
I think having a second perspective, even if that second perspective isn't 100% accurate, is useful.
Right.
I
And
really do.
I feel like I understand the game, but whenever I play it, there's just so much to think about half the time. That it's I don't know. Pretty,
Yeah. I mean, keep in mind that the second perspective doesn't have to nail out every single error or phrase it
right.
perfectly or correctly. It's just a different set of ideas. And a lot of times people, like, it's just, it's very hard to be fully objective with your own gameplay. And that's why the whole concept of getting a VOD review is very helpful, is because even if the person isn't a genius, it's another set of eyes that at least raises questions and thinking points that makes the individual think a little bit. And the more you practice it, the better you're going to get at it. So if that's something that you're interested in doing, don't worry too much, especially if you've watched a couple of my videos and you've been coached by me. You probably have a decent understanding of the game. Go practice. Give it a shot.
When it's a slow day at the office, they load up one of your 8-hour long essays.
There you go. I mean, there you go. You're probably more than equipped enough to give some beginner level advice. And like I said, even just having a second perspective, even if it's not totally accurate, is still useful. I encourage you to do that. So I'm not at all going to gatekeep you from don't bother viewing my Discord at Overwatch University unless you've studied 75 hours. No, just go out there and go do it. Give it a shot.
All right.
You'll help some
I'll
people.
add that to the list of hobbies that I want to start.
Okay. Trust me, my list is pretty long as well. That's how it goes. All right. Anything else?
No, I think I'm good.
All right.
Now.
Let's jump into this. Shoot me a code. We will get started. Got it. And this is Kiriko,
So,
I assume?
Yeah.
Got
I
it.
think I swapped Ana at the end as like last ditch effort, but
Yeah. Okay. Now I would ask, what have you been doing with Kiriko? What should you do with Kiriko? But it kind of sounds like you already have at least a general idea of like what you should be doing, or at least what you ought to have been doing back in the day. But now you're kind of second guessing yourself.
Kind of like Mercy, almost. And that I try to pocket the DPS, try to go with them on off angles. At least this is what I think I'm doing in my head. I think in hindsight, half the time, I think I just kind of go back to the problem that we had before of full HP healing, or I'm just kind of standing back there. But there's a couple points on Shimbali that I still just don't think I know how to play, especially third point. Third point is tough.
Yeah, I totally forgot to talk about this, so thank you for bringing it up. You talked about like I still go back and do the things that I ought not to do. Again, let me encourage you that that's normal and that's not something to worry about. Just keep hammering away at it.
Yeah.
A habit is not understanding. A habit is what you do. So you can understand something and practice it for months and still have the habit. It's probably better than it was before. Certainly there's a little bit more self-awareness, but just keep cracking away at it. Like you said, unlearning what I think is what you said, breaking those bad habits. So, okay. We will see. I'm sure it's a lot of what you talked about. And if it is, hey, don't worry about it.
Healing the wall.
It's all right. The wall, nobody ever gives the attention to the wall, So. Okay. So far, so good. Now, one thing you might want to consider just a little bit here. I'm not saying that what you're doing now is bad. I think it's quite good. But remember, an off angle is not an off angle because it's an off angle, okay? An off angle is an off angle because it's something different than what the bulk of your team is doing. Most people will be like, oh, you push here, this is an off angle. But right now, this has not really been an off angle, right? Why?
Right. Well, everyone's there.
Everyone's there. So what I look at this here, I think on rolling out, as soon as I see this here, I'm not against going with my Moira, especially, or my Moira, my Roadhog and my Genji. But I would be thinking, I wonder what's going on over here. Because actually, if you look at this here, do you see it?
Mm-hmm.
Do you see it? I might have even committed my TP here on this angle. You see what I'm saying? So don't just memorize. Yeah, maybe lives, and then the soldier definitely dies. And also, you don't have to worry about ram shield, right? All this kind of crap that you're running into here. I would just say what you're doing now is fine. I like the proactivity. I like helping the aggression. You're helping your Genji. It's good. But it's just something to keep in mind that don't memorize this is an angle that I like to take. No. Look at the battlefield. Where should I go? Where can I help?
I honestly just wasn't ready for half our team to be over here.
I'm not either, right? Like, I'm not blaming you for that, but just something to be aware of. Good? Good? This has been okay. Nice. Okay. Let's keep going here. And this is where you can even in the setup phase be like, all right, maybe you could play here or here. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I always forget that many exist over there too.
Yeah. Let me give you a little bit of feedback, just a general adjustment with Kiriko. So you want to talk about what is almost certainly objectively true in Season 9 that may have not been true in Season 8. And are you familiar with the awkward Kiriko cycle?
Yeah.
What is it? You remember?
It's Go in, do as much damage, only heal when need to. Keep you
Mm-hmm.
out.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Basically that. The one step that he has in that cycle that I don't necessarily agree with, and certainly is not aged well in season 9, is that Awkward often talked about proximity. Getting up close to cause as much disruption, distraction as possible. Getting those 2 taps, right? And you can probably see where I'm going with this, right? Where what ends up happening now, it becomes more important to take an off angle with a little bit of distance and a little bit of cover. Because now it's not about the power of that off angle in terms of like securing a kill and securing a kill. Now, that's useful. But it's actually more about like how long can you maintain pressure here and still just be a distraction and be a thorn in their side. You see what I'm saying?
Kind of like Tracer, right?
Right, right. Or even honestly, you know what it's like? It's like a DPS Moira is what it is. Where Moira doesn't have the burst damage to like really secure kills quickly, but she can distract, and live and sustain, distract and live and sustain, distract. You know what I'm saying?
But
so that's like one of the
she's so
right.
annoying.
Yeah, it's one of the first things I talk about when I'm coaching DPS Moiras, and yes, I have coached them, is that like it's about how long can you maintain that distraction. So looking at this now, you probably see why this is not a bad angle. I'm happy that you're on an angle, but it may not be the best angle, right? Why?
Mm-hmm. It's very limited.
Very
Basically
liter, right?
The corner of
right.
the staircase, and that's about it.
You're gonna get forced. You have a higher opportunity to get a kill from here because it's a deeper angle. It's really close. But you're gonna get forced out much faster. Whereas an angle like this or this, you don't have quite as high of a chance of like just surprising somebody and 2-tapping them, but you're gonna live here for years, right?
Yeah,
you're gonna stay here for a long time.
I definitely think it is one of those things of like I'm still trying to do the 2-tap where I just kind of go run in, kill somebody, and just step out.
Right. So I want you to think more about like obviously if my Genji was here, man, I would have to make a tough decision. Do I want to play strictly selfishly or do I want to +1 somebody in a short room? That's tricky, right? But regardless, look for your own selfish value. I think the best thing that you could do is just play for a longer, higher uptime flank, where you could just do more consistent and long pressure. And you notice that even when you're on this thing, you're still not you're not doing what you ought to be doing. You're looking backwards too much. Trust yourself here. So even if this isn't optimal, this could have been better if you just actually, did damage, right? Because now you don't have an angle at all. Okay, there you go. There you go. This is good. I think it could have even stayed even just a tiny bit longer here. Maybe if your cover usage is a tiny bit better here, like you see your ram start to walking in, start to tuck around here, just be like a little bit of ring around the rosy with this guy,
Right.
Just be super annoying.
That's one of my favorite games to play, especially on Ana. Just ring around.
Yeah. Waste as much time as possible. And then as quickly as you can, what do you need to do? Once you're out, now what?
Set up a new angle.
You got it, right? And now what's the easiest angle for you to set up right here that takes the least amount of time to set up?
Either stay at this pillar more to the right or
you got it.
Mini.
More to the right. I think this is probably going to be your best angle here. This would take too long to get to again. So instead, okay, adjust, right? Like let's say you take this angle, poke, they clear you out. You TP to here. Maybe you don't go back. Maybe you go back to the inferior angle because it's just closer. Reestablish. Don't get stuck here. Because what's going to happen is if you're looking for people to heal when you're not on an angle, you're going to find them. Because you're not distracting enemies, they're going to be dumping damage into your team. So of course there's going to be people that are critical. But if you took the time to quickly reestablish the angle, then you wouldn't need to be healing people because they would not be taking damage. They'd be looking at you. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, of course your Suzu's going to get forced. Your Genji's getting no help. You're just heal botting. Nice. Really well done. Also, pretty reasonable Kitsune rush as well. But my only feedback here is that as you kind of anticipated, you're getting sucked into the, well, you know exactly where I'm going, right? Just heal and not really any proactivity at all. Okay.
It's just one of those things that it's hard to unlearn because it feels bad. It just feels like I'm leaving them out to dry.
Yes. So that's why you need to put your jogging boots on and reposition quickly.
Right.
The problem I think you'll feel less bad when it's not rotation time. The bad part isn't when you're here, because you're going to immediately notice that, oh, I'm pulling a lot of attention. I'm focusing on hitting my shots. You're not going to have that guilt.
Right.
It's the moving from here to here where you're going to feel like, I need to be doing something right.
There's definitely been games where I'm like the furthest one up. It feels really great.
Yep. So that's why it's really important to take those opportunities to reposition and to do so as quickly as you possibly can. As quickly as you, and then obviously pre-fight, definitely no excuse. Take an angle here or do what you did here. Take an angle here and don't go backwards. Just do the thing. Because that's why pre-fight setup is so important, because it's free positioning time. There's nothing else to be doing, so you might as well take the best position for the fight.
Mm-hmm.
But let me remind you that as well, that even a little bit of downtime is all right, but if it dramatically increases the quality of what happens afterwards. What would you rather do? Sacrifice your team for 2 or 3 seconds of value for triple the value here, whatever, just to bring random numbers out of the air, right? Something to keep in mind. It's like the best analogy I have for you is if you sleep 4 hours a day, you will have 4 more hours of productive work time, right? Mm-hmm. But how effective are you when you're sleep deprived, right? So I think that's something to keep in mind. It's not always about maximum uptime, right? Mm-hmm. Get her. Let's go. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Good, keep going. And now you could already be thinking, where do I need to go? Where do I need to be? You tell me.
I think I end up going top right.
I love it. That's the solution. And it needs to be done now, though. It needs to be right now. Right? Because now you're like, I can't leave. It's too late. Well, it's because you should have already been here. You should have already been shooting the Ana. You should have been shooting the Moira. Should have been now. Because now, there it is. And we're waiting and we're waiting and we're waiting. And now your Genji's getting no help. This soldier should be dead. This Mei should be dead. You should be a millionaire philanthropist, but now you're just sitting here on main. And now it's like, now you're here late and now you're dead. Mm-hmm. You see that? So it's not just about the pre-fight setup. It's about, as the fights devolve, retaking angles. No waste of time. Retake pressure. Retake pressure. Retake pressure.
Yeah, the only reason I went up there to begin with was I heard the visor, and I had thought of I need to do something about that, or we all die anyways.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I get it 100%. I think it was like an understandable play for sure, and it's more of a question of why weren't you there 15 seconds ago?
Well, yeah. I'm just saying. That's what I was thinking at the moment.
Yeah, no, I agree. That logic makes sense. Like, if you don't contest the soldier, like you said, he kills everybody anyway, so somebody has to be the bad guy there. And again here, like, this is, again, one of the situations here where if I see Genji dash here, what could you do?
I should have TP'd.
Yeah, there's nobody there, right? You're good. You could see everybody on your screen. Go. Do it. Because it's not, it's not just, it's you do it once he's already committed. Because remember, it's not just about, I can help the Genji. It's also, this is so much more juicy for me to do damage here. So much better. And here comes the TP Suzu. Oh, no. And now you die.
Yeah, no, I died.
It's like poetry, right?
Mm-hmm. TP Suzu, now I die.
Right. But that should be encouraging, because while it's, embarrassing, humiliating, and your parents may never speak to you again, at the very least, you're consistent with your errors, right? Mm-hmm. And that is a blessing, because it means that your path to improvement, while difficult, is relatively simple. Nice job. Really nice job. All right. Where are you going to go? Get her.
Clean up.
Yeah,
So
this is good.
This wall.
Listen, I like the idea. You were hustling. You were retaking that off angle. You were going in there. I respect it. Look, I respect it. I'm not even mad. I'm just happy to see that you're trying to do the right thing. Get her. Yeah, your hog's dead. Let him die. Hopping off. Nice. Get out. No. Okay, good idea. Great idea. I'm loving it. This is all what the execution has gone to the pot, but like, at least you're doing the right things here, and you're winning, right? So this is good. Okay, let's keep going. Any questions so far?
No.
Alrighty.
Pretty straightforward, I feel like.
Yeah, and this is one of those situations where it's like because you died late, you're now don't really have the time to set up here. So what do you think? I'm gonna give you the spicy take.
What would that be?
Embrace the downtime, hard solo flank.
Ooh.
Like your team is just your team. I know. Yeah, your nemesis. You know what? Screw it. I'm doing it right now. I'm gonna show you it's conquerable. I'm gonna set the movement speed so we can get there quickly. Maps, none, escort, Shambali.
The black hole that is the divot.
Yeah. Let's do movement speed. Okay, yeah, we'll get there quickly now. We're gonna conquer this. Because the choke that you're at right now is misery to break. You have to try and find a way to flank because it's like it is a huge hang up on this map. Oh my days. Oh my days. Okay. Okay. Come on. Like we did some Rocky music playing here right now. Let's go. Oh. Okay, well. Okay, wait a second. Maybe it was where you were wall climbing? Okay, maybe it's the movement speed here.
I think I just found the one spot.
Yes, maybe you're just that lucky that you find the one spot that is impossible to climb.
I feel like I do. I don't know what it is about Kiriko wall climb and Hanzo wall climb.
I do agree.
Feel like Genji's wall climb worked way better than the other two.
It's probably just your sample size, but I have had more issues with wall climb in Overwatch 2 than I did with Overwatch 1, so maybe I'm just gaslighting myself. I honestly don't know. It might also just be that. Oh, I think maybe you know what it is. You know what it is? I think I found it.
It's that rock.
It's the dead space between. You see this? That's it. So yeah. It's right in between. It's like right here. There's like a little bit of dead space there that I was catching on. You see that? There it is. Right there. But if you lean towards far right or far left, you should be okay.
Okay.
Well, there you go. I'm glad we tested things. So there you go. You have full confidence. There's no excuse for you to be hard flanking and going full DPS Kiriko. Yes. If you're not, your void list isn't, if you're not on everyone's void list, then are you really playing support? Right. So yeah, I mean, kind of going back to what we were saying earlier, where like, this is just such an abominable choke to break here that it's not just, oh, you might as well, like you need to take an angle here. The only way that you break this choke is like your Tracer hits a pulse here. Or you maybe get a big hook or something. Like this is just be miserable.
It's like playing tiny Overwatch.
Yeah, it's like they have every single advantage in the world. I actually don't. Oh, there it is. There's the hook. I was waiting for it. That's the only way you break this choke. So, no, you were kind of lucky. Oh my goodness, that replayed your buzz. Okay, good news here is there's a little bit more space. On card. Oh, let's see what we do here. I actually don't mind this. This is pretty cute. I mean, you did get a kill recently, so this is still winnable. You're Kitsuning high ground. You're saying, you know, I just don't care about cart. We need to win this fight right now. Sure, I'm down. I would stay, though. I would leave cart. I understand why you went back. I just think that at that point in time, like, you've committed an ultimate, so you better darn well win that fight. Otherwise, you're going to feel really bad. I would have been cool with letting your hog... Bad. Yeah, I would be cool with letting your hog die and just saving your ult and pushing cart. Or going to top, using your ult, and committing to it. You did kind of 50-50. Unlucky. All right, do it. No wasting time. Once your hog gets back here, I want to see some proactivity. Nice spy check there. Okay, where should you be right now?
Right side.
Really only one solution right now. You're going to be like, oh, but there's Sombra and Mei here. So, are you going to die to Sombra Mei if you play this correctly?
No.
No? Are you going to kill Sombra Mei? Probably not.
Probably not.
But if I'm playing Roadhog here, and the enemy Sombra Mei are not looking at me, but looking at my Kiriko on the flank, I am very grateful because it's going to be higher return on investment to pull 2 resources this direction. By the way, both of which have the DPS passive on your Roadhog. Just keep that in mind. Then for you to be dumping more healing into a Roadhog that doesn't need more healing, he needs more pressure. right? And also, if I'm coaching your Genji Tracer, chances are at some point they're going to get bored doing this and they're going to come on the angle with you. And then all of a sudden, it's the perfect Kiriko situation. Go. You have your TP. You have cover here. You have your Suzu. Go. Do it. Don't be a coward. Sure. But again, it's like one of those situations where it's like, imagine what could have happened if you were here in the first place. Tickle, 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 distract, distract, distract. I'm here. You see it?
Help Genji with his blade.
Help Genji. You got it. You got it. Help your Tracer. All sorts of stuff. You couldn't possibly help him with where you're positioned.
Right.
It takes guts to do this. It really does. It takes guts, and it takes experience, and it takes practice. Because it's hard to go, oh, I am going to walk away from my Roadhog. But you want to win games. You know, you want to win games. Get him. Good healing here. Good. Just a little bit of the cover usage of all time there. Yeah. That's all right. 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 It happens to the best of us. Good Kitsune. That Roadhog should die, maybe? Oh, no. They pop Kitsune in response. Reaper, shoot him, shoot him, shoot him, shoot him, shoot him, shoot him. And then follow your Genji here. So follow your Genji definitely right now. If you guys get this kill here, even if you don't, if you get him out, then your Genji actually has a flank to go to the Kiriko, right? You help your Genji win this duel so that he could do what Genjis want to do. Yes! No! Oh, man. Perfectly balanced. Good? Keep going. All right, now go. No, no! No! No.
So,
yeah.
Would you say that, like, having the idea of playing Kiriko kind of like Mercy, but with the option of actually taking the flanker alone is actually how you're supposed to play it?
Yeah, I think that was a pretty good analogy. Yeah, absolutely. The only thing I would add in there is that I guess kind of similar to Mercy, you do have some positional preferences. Like we talk about like this being the angle that you should have taken, but like let's be honest, this isn't great. It's the best option available, but it's kind of close, right? Remember when we were talking about first point, we always prefer the longer angle just because it allows you for more uptime, especially without the removal, without the 2-tap anymore, right?
Right.
But yeah, besides that, look for a long angle with cover around where your team is positioned. If there's somebody else there, awesome, and just go. And the key thing with you too, as well, is that when you were taking the angles and you got forced out, you did not take the time to reestablish any sort of angle you just gave up.
Yeah, I think I'm definitely defaulting to whenever I get forced out to just all right, time to be the mom of the group again.
That's it. But it's like it's a mom at half capacity, really, with the DPS passive and with what your character needs. And especially when you're playing with like these Roadhog Moira comps, like what do you expect your Roadhog to need? Does he need 200 HPS, 300 HPS? At like what point does it just become kind of redundant?
Sometimes it feels like infinite, but
right. But remember, it's going to be a self-fulfilling prophecy. If you don't take angles, then the Roadhog is going to take all the attention from the enemy DPS. And then, of course, it's going to need all the angles. So, let's watch one more fight here, and then I wanna take a look at either a different hero or a different code, just for a different perspective, if that works for you.
Yeah, that's fine.
Just so that we don't get too repetitive here. At least there's a change of scenery, you know. Now, using what we talked about here, what's the best quote-unquote long angle available to you? Because the fight's going to happen here on this corner. You know it is. Where should you go?
Probably the mini again. Or
same thing.
Underneath. If I'm feeling extra spicy.
Yeah, you got it. Look for something here. Maybe spice it up here. It's a little close. So you want to make sure that you have like you got to be like really focused here. Like this is a little bit higher risk, higher reward. Same thing with this angle here. Like a lot of people, like if I was playing Brig, I'd be playing here, right? Because I need to get up and close and dirty, right? But if I'm playing Kiriko, not as attractive, right?
Right.
But you're going to get stuck here. You being here, so much DPS pressure, so much DPS pressure. By the way, you can still heal from here. DPS pressure, heal, DPS pressure. Oh no, Bash is taking this angle. No, he's not. Now I'm helping my Genji. And instead, we've been playing Heal Simulator. Let's look at another code or a different hero. Up to you.
Sorry. Is it just me or is it getting harder to navigate Discord?
Are you doing it on a mobile?
No.
No?
I don't know.
Maybe.
Every time I swear, as I get older, Discord gets harder. I go as far as to say sometimes it feels like Discord is harder than Overwatch.
It's definitely harder in mobile because you'll have like messages and then they'll get buried. Because like for example, I get like a lot of messages, so I will like mark them as unread and just come back to them like a couple days. But then they'll get buried on mobile because they're not like I can't like I see I have a certain number of messages and I have to scroll and find them. It's annoying.
This one will be fine. I almost gave you another Blizzard world, and I'm like, better not. I swear, whenever I play comp, all I play is Blizzard World.
Do you like Blizzard World?
No, absolutely not.
I don't mind it as much. Depends on which point that is. I think there are worse points, but yeah. Okay. Before we move on, though, let's take some notes so we don't forget all the stuff that we talked about. And then what we'll do is we'll use this as like a symptom check. Like this is what you need to work on, and then we can watch this VOD and be like, oh yes, it's more of the above, or oh wait, there's a new little symptom here that we need to keep an eye on here. What do you need to practice?
More proactivity with off angles.
Okay. Now, what does that mean? I want you to phrase that cleaner. You sound like a professor when you say that, respectfully.
Take the off angles faster.
Yeah, set up on off angles.
After I get out, try to look for a new off angle.
Cleared. Set up again. ASAP. Yeah. Right? What type of off angles are you looking for?
Not season 8 angles.
Right. Look for
more Hanzo-y off angles.
Loss of 2-shot slightly changes things. More about uptime than it is. Okay. I think that's it. It felt like everything with you revolved around positioning and being proactive with stuff. I think obviously we can look at some of the other details as well, but I think it's like the pyramid of priorities, right? If you don't solve this, nothing else really matters. I think your Suzu's. Yes, please.
Is recognize when it's okay to TP in with somebody.
Recognize when it's okay to TP in on an angle. How do you know when it's okay?
Not really sure.
Okay. Remember the Genji. That's a great one. That's actually something I forgot. Okay, thank you. So second point attack, right? Genji takes the high ground and goes to blade.
Right.
What did I ask you? How do you know it's okay to TP?
I forgot.
Okay. That's okay. I asked you where are the enemies?
They're in front, down main.
So let me type this up. Okay, so when you can see enemies, use that information to educate your teleports.
Right, okay.
And by the way, that's a life hack for the second point there. You take an angle, you get cleared out, unlucky. You want to set up another angle, but you're like, crap, like I don't have the time. Oh, there's a tracer on an angle. Ooh, I see Roadhog, Kiriko, Lucio, Moira. Oh wait, that's 3 supports, whatever. Okay. I know that I can TP on that angle, so because even if there is, like, let's say a tracer there, it's just a tracer versus a tracer. That's okay. I can TP in there and help my tracer. Worst case scenario, I Suzu, not the end of the world, right? I'm not going to die for that. Use the process of elimination to go, oh, there's only at worst one person there that's going to shoot me. It's a safe TP. Or you could also be like, hey, that's a high ground, or there's a lot of cover here, or there's a health back there, or whatever along those lines. But that can be a life hack to shorten up the setup phase if you do have like you get cleared and then you use your teleport to retake an angle elsewhere.
Yeah, that's I think that's definitely a skill that needs worked on.
Sure. Sure.
Because
Okay.
I do not go, hey, there's 5 people there. I definitely don't do that.
Well, the reason that you're not doing this might be because you're not necessarily looking to read. You've just kind
Right.
of written off teleporting to like mid-fight as like a bad idea, and oftentimes it is, right? But it's not always a bad idea, and so because you've written it off, you're not even looking for that opportunity. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So now that you know that sometimes it's good, now maybe you'll actually start to look for it.
Yeah,
Okay.
part of it too feels like support shift is a get out.
Yes,
Only.
yes. Which is why, like, when you have time to set up, yes, absolutely. What if you don't have time to set up, right? Okay, let's take a look here. Anything special about this code, or it was just another code?
It's just one of the. So we start out pretty dominant. I don't know if you're gonna get much out of the.
Well, we can check our boxes, right? Because we don't care about winning the fight. We want to see about how you set up. For example, right now,
Well, yeah.
where's the best angle that you should be rolling out on as Kiriko?
Keep moving right.
Right. So maybe I go to here, right? Maybe I can help my Fari. Here's the question though: is this better than this?
No.
Or this? Why not?
I'm safer more on the left side.
Right. Now remember, this is maybe the season 9 adjustment that you kind of have to think about, right? Where it's like, okay, I have a higher chance of getting a kill here, but I'm going to get cleared much easier. Whereas an angle like this, or an angle like this, much, much higher uptime, like you said, that Hanzo type of an angle.
Mhm.
Now, I still might go up here if my Farah rotated here. You see what I'm saying? Because it's like that. Those are the two factors I want to consider. What's selfishly good for me, and where can I help somebody? But right now, go ahead.
There's a hidden up, and you'll see it.
Okay. But yeah, where you're at right now is frankly the worst position. Okay.
And then I don't.
No, it's too. But yeah, you see, it's just too close. Just a little too close.
The secret.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that one. But see, this could be really fun for you anytime that you're just like, I say really fun. VOD reviewing sometimes is fun. But one thing you can do for sure is, I don't know where I should have played in this map. Pull up the replay code and just brainstorm ideas. Where's a long off angle? Was there any +1 opportunities that I missed? And just kind of evaluate your stuff from there, if that makes sense.
Yeah. We talked about confidence a little bit last time too. I think I definitely still lack confidence to like hold those types of angles.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I mean, if confidence becomes one of those self-fulfilling prophecies, where if you lack confidence to take action or to do things, and you will then not gain confidence to do things.
Force myself to do the thing.
Well, yes and no. Force yourself to do the thing, but do so in manageable chunks. I'm not asking you to get into the middle of the enemy backline, especially in Season 9, and just assassinate 5 people. I am asking you to take a conservative off angle and poke.
Mm-hmm.
If you could do that, then maybe you'll start to recognize opportunities when maybe, hey, you know what? Actually, I am going to go and assassinate. They're on Widowmaker. I'm going to do something cheeky. Or Zenyatta, right? I am going to get up and close. All right? Go for it.
Mm-hmm.
But in the meantime, you could certainly be taking a more conservative angle. Do you have your distance here?
I would say yes.
Kind of, sort of, right? I'm a little scared of the Genji sneaking up on you, but it's all right to start. Yeah, okay. You can +1 your Farah here. It's good. Good. Waste his dash. Probably didn't need the Suzu there. Now reestablish an angle. Where would you go?
Probably on that little high ground on top of the lighthouse.
Sure.
It's the quickest option.
Like here?
Yeah.
Honestly, you could also just walk here and just shoot here. This works too. It's a little close, but you already got cleared, so beggars can't be choosers. But you see, like, you're kind of like trying to weave shots in the diva, but you're getting denied by cover. Whereas you could just, do here. Now, let's actually take a second here. With what you see right now, Genji's dead. What should you do right now? This might be a little spicy.
Well,
you need to get on an off angle, right?
Mercy, but yeah.
I think you could TP on your Farah and get away with it.
Who's over there? Oh, is that Ashe?
It's Ashe. It's just Ashe versus Farah, and you're not on an off angle right now. Maybe it's worth it to retake it and then take the 2v1 here. Could you get punished for that? Yeah, absolutely. You could get punished for it. Is it worth it? Maybe. I don't know. Give it a shot. Yeah, just something to kind of keep in mind. Okay, now D.Va's there. Now don't teleport here because D.Va's there. But again, well,
I'll do it now.
It's brilliant. That is absolutely brilliant. But yeah, I mean, okay, if not that, then certainly would have done something along these lines. And as they rotate, you can deepen your angle and do this here, right? Just take an angle, either from where you're at or teleport elsewhere. Oh my goodness gracious! Talk about confidence here. I mean, I appreciate the proactivity. You are doing a lot here. Like, let's not lie. Like, you just demech D.Va because you just solo zone the entire backline. It's remarkable. But wow, that was some guts. Good Kasuni rush. Definitely can clean up these kills here. Maybe we can get one more. Yes. All right. Perfect. This is quite a departure from the previous game. But you kind of notice that, like, even with it's like you build up this passive pressure. You don't do anything, passive, and then you just explode. You're just tired of it. Like, I'm in. I gotta do something offensive. Right?
It's more of, I'm kind of bored now. I'm gonna go play.
Well, okay, fair enough. I respect it. It's like the New Year's resolutioners, you know? Don't eat healthy, don't do anything, don't touch grass. Yeah. But then all of a sudden, like, I'm going to be at the gym 3 hours a day for the next 2 weeks now. I mean, again, this is good.
New Year's.
Yeah, this is pretty good though, because like knowing what you know now, what do you know based off of the audio? The Genji's dead, D.Va's on the left, right? Is this a safe teleport?
Yes.
Probably. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily want to teleport. Yeah. So let's go. Don't second guess yourself. Let your hog die. Who cares? Get the kills over here. Find something. Oh. Now this is one of those teleporters that we don't like.
Yeah.
Why?
Teleporting in front of whatever hogs.
You have totally blind, right? You have no idea what's here. So you only do this if you absolutely have to. Frankly, this fight was already lost anyway. So the best thing you could have done is maybe just kill the Moira, try to kill the soldier. Like, you might as well try. I mean, this is good. Trying to, like, keep your hog up plus do damage. This might be a situation too as well, once your hog's kind of stabilized here, for you to like start to retake an off angle here, right? Because I would rather look the Ashe in the eye than have her shoot me in the back. Because you're like, oh crap, you know, you did not know that she was there and now you're dead, right? So it's like, again, that kind of goes back into our previous idea where it's like, once you've done your duty, retake your angle again. This is your window right here. And because you don't, you die. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think these next 2 points, the monastery vibes come back.
Monastery vibes. Without context, that just sounds so philosophical.
Right.
You know, I got those monastery vibes that people just don't understand.
I'm actually a monk.
Yeah, you wouldn't get it. We do things differently at the mana. That's what us cool kids call the monastery. Good. This has been okay. Like let's be honest here. The angles here are definitely awkward, right? It's a very narrow map, so
map is extremely awkward.
Yeah, it's tricky. As long as you're helping, you know, your DPS and you're taking some form of proactivity.
I definitely felt like I didn't know what to do here.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. It's fine. But then again, this is like one of the situations where as soon as everyone's like, find Nandy, take the angle, right? Take the angle, go over here. Or something along those lines. Yeah, this is fine. The only thing I would say here is like this is like kind of like where you have to kind of understand the limitations again of the season 9, where this is not bad. Just be cautious about playing in angles where like you are going to get cleared quickly. If you had your perfect world here, it would be something more like an angle here if possible. This is not a bad angle because you've been here. Just be very careful. And also, I would not be shooting Reinhardt.
Big scary German man.
Yeah, exactly. The guy with like literal football armor on right now, and you're putting effort onto him. Retake. Let your Roadhog die. Unfortunate. Suzu almost got him, and then you die. Okay. Wait, what happens here? Did someone get slept? Oh, okay. I was like, I looked like she got shattered. I was like, wait, he doesn't have, or he did not use his shatter. Excuse me. Okay, let's keep going here. Good. Okay. Your poor Ash just got done sleeping. Oh wait. Watch out! It's like the WWE. Oh my days. But yeah, I think this is where like you look at these things and you're like, this is why you don't play here. This is why you take an angle, right? Yeah. This is why you take an angle here, right? So not only for offensive pressure, but you just avoid the mess.
I think I was expecting the shatter too. I just didn't know where to stand. For some reason, you know, in the moment, I just don't think of like that spot top right.
Yep.
Or like top left.
And this is why when we put priorities on taking angles, you start to have less of this like whole map ignorance thing because you force yourself to figure it out. Like, yeah, this is hard. Like, this is Ilios Ruins. It's not like the flankiest friendly map of all time. So what are you going to do? Cry about it? Like, figure it out. Where are you going to go, right? Like, is this good? Is this bad versus a Hanzo? You're just going to get sniped, right? Is this good? Can you even contest a Hanzo 1v1 here? What about there? Is there like a happy medium? Could you do this and then, I don't know, rotate to here? Like, figure it out, right? Figure it out. Because you're never going to learn if you don't at least experiment with what you're trying to do. Ignorance is not an excuse, right? So, okay. You want it. All right, reset, set up. Where do you want to
go? That right side.
That's the right side. You got it. Seems pretty good. Just sit here, play patty cake, see what happens. Is this good? Is this good? Is this good?
Yeah.
I don't know. Go try it out. You know what you're looking for. You're looking for like something of range, you know? So go try it out. You know, this isn't too bad. Oh. It's fine. I think the only mistake here I would say is where you teleport to is not super optimal, right? Where, I mean, also your team's positioning is awful. Like, I don't know why your Ashe is sitting on point. So optimally, you'd have your Ashe, you know, on an angle here or back here or something. She's just sitting on point, so that kind of screws you over. So I don't even blame you here. But yeah. Where'd you go? Had enough! And the funny thing...
Classic, like, support eye roll. Fine, I'll do it.
Yeah, exactly. I'll do it myself. Remember, retake. Quickly as you can. Get out of here. Where should you go?
Right side.
You got it. Get off the floor, take the position, start to serve. And again, even if it's just a heal, at least you're not here. Oy. Oh, my days. Yeah, it's more of the same stuff in general. Okay. What I'd like to do here is let's just skip to the next round and let's just do the more map experimentation. So...
Okay.
What do you think?
That high ground on the right side.
Here?
No.
Here?
Well, I guess I want to be closer, but we just talked about that, right? Probably
well, you got to ask yourself a tricky question here. Is it better to be closer, or worse to be closer, or worse to leave your Junkrat without pocket? I don't know. Would I prefer you spamming here and healing your queen from here over being with your Junkrat? I don't know.
So I guess in the context of the situation, though, it'd probably be better with Junkrat because the only person that could get to us quickly in time would be the Hanzo, right?
That's true. But instead, you choose the worst of the options, right? And so what ends up happening.
Peak gameplay.
Right. But you're choosing this angle here instead of, the exact same angle with high ground instead, or choosing a fully selfish angle. Yeah, I agree. It's not a very easy situation to solve, but I mean, it's certainly better than this. Right?
I don't even know where he came from.
He just walked right down main.
Yeah.
And look at there, Christmas morning. Yeah, okay, that's gonna be it here. Okay, retake. It's kind of funny. I can feel the sauce flowing here way more than on Shambali. I don't know if it was just because King of the Hill.
I think
You feel
it's
like you
still
have
relatively new to me.
Okay.
I've been playing this map for,
Got
how
it.
long the game's been out.
Makes sense. What do you think?
I should just stay up there, right?
Maybe. What about here? Or here? I'm not second guessing you. I'm just giving you more options to chew on.
Yeah.
Instead, you get your Suzu forced anyway, because if you don't fight the flank will fight you. You see that? So again, would you rather have your back turned to a Hanzo, or would you rather be looking the Hanzo in the eye? Your choice.
If I had the option of neither, I would.
Nope. Sorry. Sorry.
I don't like that hero.
That's not acceptable. Sorry. Come back later. At least he can't one-shot you anymore.
Yeah.
So,
It definitely still feels like it sometimes, though. When you catch a log and just like a little pick.
You take a lot of damage, huh?
Don't do it. Just commit. Take it. Take it. Take it.
I think this is insanity the round, I'm pretty sure.
Aye. There you go. A little bit of pressure there. But do you see what happens, right? You take an angle, you get poked out a little bit, and then you're just like, oh, well, I didn't want to be on the angle anyway. And then shockingly, like the enemy team is literally like just playing like, I don't know, this is like a playground, right? Like they're just taking all the angles. The soldiers on the flank, the Hanzo's above you, the Ana's got the sight line here. Like you're just like, oh, well, maybe if I heal more, we'll be okay.
Maybe if I stay in the barrel.
Surely if I heal more, I'll be okay. I mean, look at this guy. This is insanity. And this is where it's like, it doesn't matter how much you heal. Like, I think that's one thing that you need to like console yourself with. It's like, it doesn't matter how much you heal here. Your team will never be able to compensate for the lack of, ready for the nerd emoji, map control. It's just not going to matter. Like you can't possibly heal enough, right? It doesn't work. So even if your team refuses to do it yourself. Like you said, fine, I'll do it myself. It's your job. Your Junker Queen will take less damage if you pull the Hanzo's attention elsewhere. And honestly, it's more fun. More fun.
Yeah, that's what I'm finding. Like, especially in season 9, feeling.
Hey, whoa! This fight was lost. I thought this fight was lost. There you go. Look at you go. You just carried it. Desperation forced your hand, and shockingly, you got the gold star. You see how that
OT works, right?
Yeah. See how that works? It's like it forces you to actually do what you should have been doing, and then all of a sudden you're like, whoa, we won the fight. Wow, look at that. No. Again, this is just, you shouldn't be here. You have time to set up. Plus, when you're far, take the angle here, and then objectively decide who you want to live and who you want to die, because and again, it's like you're doing damage here, but you're doing it in the wrong positions when you had plenty of time to set up. So, okay, let's stop there and let's go back and reevaluate your notes. Is there anything here that you would add, re-emphasize, or does it all look appropriate?
I think the setup of off angles quickly is the biggest offender.
Okay.
Don't care about my team so much. Maybe.
Well, care enough to do your job.
Yeah. But I'm not. I don't think there's really anything else. I think those are the big ones.
Okay. I don't think there's anything new from what we talked about in Shambali. Different stuff was emphasized. I think there was more proactivity in your King of the Hill game, at least up until the last round. But I think there were better angles available than when you were taking. And crucially, when you lost an angle, you were consistently not retaking the new one. Okay. Any questions?
No.
Okay. Well, mate, it's been a pleasure as usual.